The basic goals of social engineering are the same as hacking in general: to gain unauthorized access to systems or collect information in order to commit fraud, network intrusion, industrial espionage, identity theft, or to simply disrupt the system or network. You can see different classifications for social engineering attacks. Here, we classify these attacks into three groups. Physical social engineering attacks. In this type of social engineering attack, the attacker tries to gather information by being physically present in the social engineering environment. If it's possible, they also observe the people using their persuasion skills or some tools to collect data. Social engineering by phone. Calling the victim. The attacker usually tries to collect some critical information about the victim. In addition, the attacker can try to deceive the victim to visit a malicious website or install a malicious piece of software as well. Computer-aided social engineering attacks. Now, in most cases, this type of social engineering attack is performed as a phishing attack. Phishing is typically carried out by email spoofs or instant messaging. It often directs users to enter personal information at a fake website. Now, the look and feel of that website are identical to the legitimate one, and the only difference is the URL of the website that they're visiting. Just like all other hacking or pen testing types, the steps of the social engineering attacks are reconnaissance, scanning, exploitation, and post-exploitation. In reconnaissance steps, you try to collect everything which will help you to perform a successful attack. Here are some examples of the information you collect. Information about the people who are related to the target company, employees, employers, subcontractors, shareholders, clients, etc. Security measures of the company, so you can look for the evasion techniques. Which internet browser is used mostly? What is the most common version of that browser? If you know this, you can prepare your malicious websites to work with that browser. Like internet browsers, you should be better in collecting the versions of the programs widely used inside the company. Versions of the Java runtime environment, PDF reader, Office tools, etc. Company-sensitive data. If you know the name of the director of the Human Resources Department, you can prepare a phishing email as if it was sent by the director. Exploitation step is the attack time. Call the victims. If you can, redirect the victims' phones to call you. Prepare websites to use the vulnerabilities of the browser widely used in the target company and force the victim to visit the website. Prepare malware and force the victim to open it. Send the malware as an attachment to a phishing email, or in an instant message, or in a promotion CD-ROM distributed in the company, or in a flash drive as a gift to the victim. Post-exploitation is deep diving. The actions of this step are to see how far you can go inside the company, accessing the most sensitive systems and information, creating backdoors for further use, etc. In addition to human weakness, system weaknesses are also used in phishing attacks. You can use the vulnerabilities of web browsers, Java applications, Office documents, web applications to compromise the target systems. Use some realistic scenarios to get the victims to run the malicious software, or prepare malicious websites and deceive the victim to visit these websites so you can collect the sensitive data from the victims. Of course, there will be some security systems used by the target company. You can use some techniques and tricks to bypass them. In general, end-user computers of a company are restricted by security systems to reach the ports except 80 and 443. As you know, these two ports are the default ports of the HTTP and HTTPS. For this reason, you should use the ports 80 or 443 for connection on the attacker side. If the target machine is behind a different private network, or the target machine's firewall blocks incoming connection attempts, then you should consider using a reverse connection. In a reverse connection, the attacker sets up a listener first on his box. The target machine acts as a client connecting to that listener. Security devices can realize there's malware inside the attachments of emails. In this case, try archiving the file several times and protect that archive with a password. Changing the extension of the file, for example, let's take a .zip file extension and change it to .zi underscore. That might be another try to bypass email security measures. If the email content controller blocks the IP data inside the email body, you might consider using URL shorteners. To bypass intrusion detection and prevention systems, IPS, IDS, antivirus systems, use custom payloads instead of existing payloads created by the frameworks like Metasploit. And of course, you should encode the payload before embedding it.